Right, I'm back. We're with Victim Olympics. That's what caught my eye, so I thought, oh, that must be the Marklet. And beggar me, it was the Marklet. So, this is Sky Australia. Yes, it is Sky Australia. So let's jump in and see what's happening now. What little twists and turns is she making to get herself, well, in the headlines,
reporter here at skynews.com.au, and he's always across the latest celebrity headlines. Riley, great to see you.
Great to be back.
So actress Justine Bateman, she's launched a fresh attack on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle just months after calling the Sussexes ambulance chasers. What exactly has been said here?
Oh.
Yeah, well, as you said, Justine Bateman, very outspoken Hollywood actress, bit of an industry veteran.
Am I allowed to say I've never heard of her? Is that okay to say that? Justine Bateman. No, never heard of her. I'm sure, mind you, to be fair, I don't watch films. That probably might be, Gert, why you don't actually know her.
So the sister of Jason
I know
Bateman.
Nicole Kidman.
And she has always sort of been a bit of a critic of the Sussexes. She really came out strongly against them after the Los Angeles wildfires earlier this year.
Oh, well, everyone did.
She's sort of come out with a bit of a fresh rant on her blog, talking about
Meghan's
cooking show,
hello
just
today,
some of
look
the
at
other
me,
things they've been up
tea
to.
towel.
And basically saying that, look, it looks like Meghan's play acting at something that she's not qualified for,
my God.
which is a pretty harsh line, a bit devastating, but kind of true. I think that kind of encapsulates the vibe. You know, she's doing this Netflix cooking show. She obviously doesn't have a culinary background. And you do get the sort of the feeling that
she doesn't really have an anything background when you think of it. She darts around like a bleeding moth, doesn't she? She flitters hither and thither, forever trying to get round the light and never quite making it. Yeah, that's sort of unlucky pose there, darling, isn't it? But I think it encapsulates her. I'm not sure what's happening to that snout. Yes! I'd go get my money back on that one, love, I really would.
She's just sort of giving it a go, and to have a peer in the
Look
industry,
look at me, cutting up all these vegetables. I'm making humash. Was it tzatziki? No, it's probably humash. It does actually look like cold semolina, so it might be that. It's hard to tell, because after all, I'm not a culinary bleeding expert on nothing. So I don't know what she's doing, but she's wandering around someone else's garden with a bleeding trowel thing. What do you call it? I can't think. Trog? Something like that. You know, the basket things. And, yeah, just nicking all their vegetation, really. And then going in their kitchen and cutting it up. I don't know who she thinks she is. Honestly, anybody would think she was royal or something, the way she goes on.
Bit of a veteran.
Hello.
Like that, I think it probably would sting.
Yeah.
She also had a really funny line. She said basically that the Sussexes are still in the Victim Olympics, that they really do have one trick, and that is complaining.
Oh my God, oh, my surname's Sussex. That was that scene, wasn't it? Yeah, Victim Olympics, yes. I think she's probably got double gold in there, hasn't she? To be fair, it's the only thing she's ever going to win in, honestly. They should give her an award. You know how, like, every year, a couple of times a year, well, sometimes it's more than that, they get an award where they usually buy it, don't they? And then one or the other of them gets themselves up on stage and accepts an award. Why don't they actually do that? Yeah, who's been the biggest victim of the year? Maybe they could do, like, New York Times or Post or whatever it's called, and they could go around and find out the whole world who is the biggest victim of the year and give them an award, because she'd win that fair and square. She'd love it as well. Just like, don't give her a microphone. Whatever you do not, just send it her in the post with a little certificate. And then she'd go on and do a podcast, wouldn't she? Like, I'd just like to thank everybody for voting for me, for being biggest victim in the whole of the world 2024 and probably all of 25. Well, actually, I've been a victim since 1976 when I was born. Oh, poor me. Go on,
royal family, and
nut job.
And rightfully so. You know,
hello.
Nowadays, I just don't think that tracks. Like, we're not in
nicking
2021
flowers,
anymore.
flowers.
In 2025, the victim.
I don't know what it is. Am I being a bitch? Because whenever, like, she does all this shoot, yeah, like film shoot, and she's got all this stuff that she's done, like flower arrangements and vegetation arrangements and salad arrangements, and she's got it all out on trestle tables in somebody's back garden, and it always looks like old and sort of withered, doesn't it? Looks how I feel having to watch it. So I'm generously have said that I think it's probably because the whole set and props were prepared like hours and hours before, and she spent all day doing take after take after take. So by the time they get to the take that she's happy with, the vegetation isn't, it's given up the will to live, because it always looks all withered and sort of past its best. Its best was probably like the night before, you know. Oh dear me. Mind you, I could do that, not with her, because she's got her fingers painted and she's nail varnish poking like she does, and you know that she just puts them in her mouth. You just know that. She probably puts it in the cream, oh look, and then sucks it, doesn't she? She's like that. You just know it.
Doesn't really rate.
Yeah.
She probably thinks it's Elizabeth Arden, doesn't she?
Didn't play well then, it's not playing well now.
No.
Fair comment. Now, Princess Catherine has dropped a major hint about a possible Australian royal tour in the near future.
Oh,
that
that'd be
very
great.
exciting. What exactly
That'd
did
be
the
so
Princess of
exciting.
Wales have to
Oh my
say?
god.
So Kate was out in force for St Patrick's Day. She was at a military barracks in London with the Prince of Wales, and she was talking to
That'd be
an
lovely.
Australian corporal. And
Australia, you're so lucky. It'd be nice for her as well, because it gets her out. Not only that, it's nice and warm over there. Hopefully it won't be too warm, but just pleasantly warm. In other words, warmer than Britain. So yeah, lucky Australia. Well, Joe, can I become an honorary Australasian person or whatever it is? Can I just do that? Yes, and I can get at the front and cheer for Catherine. Mind you, I live not far from all of that, and like, I've never seen her. That is mainly, to be fair, due to things like legal, do you know what I mean, restraining orders, tags, them sort of things. So anyway, if I could, I would, and I don't think they would actually be valid if I got myself over to Australia, so I could actually throw myself at her feet and make a spectacle of myself and get myself on the news, couldn't I? Oh, the Marklet would be so jealous. She'd be paying someone to be a super fan and do the same to her, wouldn't she? Oh no, she already does that, doesn't she? Anyway, I'll love you and leave you wherever you are in the world. Have a lovely afternoon, evening, morning, or good night. You know I love you all. You're all unique, very special, and very, very intelligent, I'll have you know. Individuals. Bye-bye now.